Hi, I'm Rachel Lund, and you are listening to CK.
We are a part of the struggle. Well, I said we're living and breathing in this frustration to lift our hands with our hearts, and fix these problems, to push on out, to push on out, to push on out this oppression. Well, I said wake up and rise. Well, I said wake up and rise for yourself and your people, for yourself now and our baby in real life.
You're listening to 102.7 FM radio, and that was Wake Up and Rise by Diggin' Roots. We are Two White Feather and Lori Gentle Eagle, and this is the Red Road Journey, where we aim to amplify Indigenous voices to heal ourselves, all our relations, our communities, and our planet. We are broadcasting from the traditional territories of the Neutral, Anishinaabe, and Haudenosaunee peoples.
Our next stop along the Red Road Journey includes a meeting of the hearts conversation with Raven Lacerte and David Stevenson of the Moosehide campaign. They joined Two White Feather and I last week over Zoom. I guess Digging Roots wanted to say a little more today. Always a good tune, in my opinion. So that was, I was just commenting there about last week. We had the pleasure of connecting over Zoom with Raven Lacerte, who is the co-founder of the Moosehide campaign, and David Stevenson as well, who is the CEO. I can't think of a better way to honor Mother's Day. So we're going to play the interview. Two White Feather is just bringing it up now for us.
So here's the interview of them. So I have my smudge lit for us today, and miigwetch to Raven and David for coming on with us on our podcast from the Moose Hide campaign. Joining us on the Red Road Journey show, where we amplify Indigenous voices for healing and transformation justice. Last week, we focused on raising awareness about our missing and murdered Indigenous relatives in many ways. This interview is a continuation of that conversation. The Moose Hide campaign is a grassroots movement of Indigenous and non-Indigenous men and boys who are standing up against violence against women and children. And it began in 2011. So, can you tell our listeners about the Moose Hide campaign? How it got started?
Yes, thank you. Well, thank you so much for having us. I'm Raven. I'm the co-founder of the Moose Hide campaign. My dad and I started the Moose Hide campaign together in 2011, and we really wanted to do something about the violence that's happening towards women and children every single day, and so our family wanted to step up into this space and try to provide some positive solution that is centered in love and healing and connection. And so it was while we were out hunting along our home territories, right where the Highway of Tears is, that we got a moose and got an idea to tan up that moose hide, cut it up into a bunch of little squares, and ask people to wear it as their everyday commitment and their everyday reminder that we don't want to do violence in our lives, and commit to being in this space in a good way. So my sisters and I, and my family tanned up that first moose hide and cut it up into a bunch of little squares and hand wrote the first little information cards about what we were trying to do. We made the first 25,000 of them, and then just started spreading them out, and pretty soon people were really into that kind of thing and wearing it every day and spreading that medicine to their own spaces and their own circles as well. So that's kind of how it got started.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh my goodness.
I was going to ask a little bit more about the medicine of the moose, if you have anything to share there.
Yeah, it was such a beautiful moment for my dad and I. This is my daughter Cedar coming to say hello.
Aww.
Hi, Cedar.
Hi,
Just
Cedar.
about to head off to school pretty soon.
Aww.
Yeah, so the medicine of the moose hide, we were out in a moment. My dad and I were practicing a moment of practicing our culture. We were practicing our culture, and this moose gave its life to us. We were sitting on the land right where the Highway of Tears is, and so it's kind of one of those things that's like this medicine moment kind of showed up for us. This moose gave its life to us, and I think normally it's for us to eat for the winter, and share it with our community, and this moment felt like a special moment, like it was kind of an answer that we had been looking for of how our family could show up in a good way. And when it was out on the land right off the side of the Highway of Tears there, it kind of felt like the exact thing that we were looking to do is have this little moment of preciousness being on the land where so much healing, so beautiful, is such a connection to Mother Earth. And all of those pieces just kind of felt like that special moment I think we were looking for.
Wow, that's a very special moment, and I can feel that special moment here while you're explaining next, and I can just imagine on how it was when you guys were there and got the moose, and how the moose connected with you guys and said, "This is what I want you to do with me to try to help and spread awareness." That is amazing. It blows my mind. That's amazing. Wow.
We sat in last week for the training session, and I remember hearing you say that Mother Earth, right, our Earth Mother has the capacity, right, to, take all of that pain, suffering, whatever feelings people are having, and, transform that into more of a healing and loving, compassionate experience. So I think that's what I hope I understood that correctly, but I certainly believe that to be the case. And I agree. What a sign, from Creator that here we are along that stretch of highway, and this is what's come of it, right? A whole movement to bring about change. So thank you for that.
Yeah. So, how are women viewed in the Indigenous culture, and what has happened to this understanding of the woman, right? If I'm saying that correctly.
Either one of you can field that question. Yeah.
Raven, no, okay, Raven's pointing. You can't see on the radio, but Raven's giving me the left point. So, great question. And I think, that's something that we all continue to, can go back to our communities and elders and traditions, and it's there, right? That our communities, I think, traditionally just centered around taking care of our women, our children. The men's role was to do that, and saw the women as sacred, and obviously the life givers, right? Like, just about all traditions understand the role of women as life givers and the sort of mystery of that. Which is why there were such different, roles and ceremonies and processes that women had that men weren't involved in, and vice versa. So I think what's happened, certainly through mainstream influence, is that and through sort of the outside influences, is that the role of women has been harmed and denigrated and looked down upon, and with that fundamentally a loss of the very basis of the cultures and strengths of our communities. So one of the things that's really important for us is, not only is it important to take the pain and the suffering out of the space that's come in between us, but to actively put love, respect, and honor back in there. It's not enough just to take the pain out, but to actually actively do things that demonstrate and honor the way that traditionally, I think our communities organize themselves and families organize themselves, which is around sacred role of women and children at the center.
Yeah.
There's lots and lots of different. It's interesting. We get to go all over Turtle Island with the work, and just lots of languages and sayings, and lots of languages will have words like, there's one up in North Vancouver Island here, Gwalayu. And Gwalayu means, for the Kwakule people, means it basically means, if not for you, what is my purpose? And it basically means the purpose of the community is to raise healthy children, and the role of men was to help women do that. So
Wow.
I mean, there's lots more to say about that, but obviously that's the sort of general idea.
No,
great.
I really like how you guys inputted that within your campaign, because we have lost the traditional ways of how we used to live, especially for First Nations people, how women and children were in the center, because if it wasn't for women, they wouldn't be able to give birth. How Mother Earth wanted us, the Creator wanted us to and how everyone had something to do. It wasn't males over top of females. If anything, it was females over top of males at that time, because of how much respect that we gave the females and children, because they were such a big purpose in that lifetime, right? And we lost that. So I really like how you guys inputted that within this. So thank you for that, and that really touched me, right? So thank you.
Okay. From an Indigenous perspective, what is meant by healthy masculinity? And the related question to that is, how is being a kind man related to ending gender-based violence? In Ontario, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we have, I guess it would be a similar type of campaign. It's become a program, really, called I Am a Kind Man, and it does a lot of education and support around this issue. So yeah, either of you have anything to share along those lines?
Raven's pointing at me again. So traditional role of men. Yeah, it's interesting. I love the question because it's so important for us to always be exploring that. I don't think it's a fill-in-the-blank answer to those kinds of questions, because I think men have always got to be exploring what is a little bit healthier, what is a little bit more understanding. But I think there's I can just share, and of course there's such diversity of culture, but I can share a little bit of the teachings that I've been blessed to hear over the years. And one of the ways of framing that up is the difference between a warrior and a soldier. And so, the elder who shares this with me himself was a Vietnam vet for 2 tours in Vietnam, residential school survivor, 2 tours in Vietnam, and then his people came in and took him back and worked with him. He was in rough shape after that. And he basically talks about how soldiers are put in their place and warriors find their seat. And it's the role of a warrior to find his seat and his role, and to listen to what's healthy. So the soldier arms up and puts on lots of weapons and stuff and goes out into the field and does what he's told. And he says that's the soldier, and the warrior takes things off and becomes less and less burdened with everybody else's expectations and pressures from outside, and listens to the internal voice of and guide, and finding the healthy voices in themselves and others to follow. And so the soldier is much more of a person of vulnerability and openness, and requires relationship to be healthy, whereas a soldier doesn't need other people, armors up, heads out into the world, is disconnected. And all of that really relates to a very simple concept around being connected. And that the role, he would say, of one way of framing up ceremony and culture is to help us reconnect with what's important to us. And so he'll often say, a doctor puts a cast on a leg, but the doctor doesn't heal the leg. The leg heals itself through the magic of nature and the movement of the spirit through nature, which scientists to this day have no real idea how this all happens. I mean, there's, so it's still a great mystery, and they call it that for a reason, And so the work is to set containers or spaces or environments for healing, wellness, and connection to what is important to us. And so, so ceremonies like that. Ceremonies meant to be a space where we can connect to our values, to maybe, for depending on who you are and how you frame it, but to spiritual power, or to connected to what gives life and what makes life strong and worth living versus what takes life away and disconnects us. Which are forces that are real if we don't actively work together to work against them. Hence, the effort to try and create a movement that is based upon connection, love, men stepping up and going, gosh, when I get frustrated, I used to act out in an unhealthy way. How do I deal with my own frustration? How do I not armor up and go out into the world and try and, attack everything, but how do I feel my own pain and take responsibility for my own pain, and work with other men to sort of be like, holy smokes, it's just us chickens, guys. Like, we've got to try and we've got to try and create safety in our families and our communities, and so we've got to do that ourselves, And so that's part of the traditional, I think, role of men is there. And then the last thing I'd just say, because Raven mentioned it, and I take it, and I say this seriously, is men need to really understand and listen to what women are saying now more than ever. We need to sit back and not know everything, not be the red-green guy who fixes everything all the time. But listen and go, we better listen to what the women are doing or saying, and let women take leadership for the next, couple of 100 years and see how that works out,
So I thank you for that. I love that. We have a similar understanding of what it means to be a warrior, and a lot of the work that we do in community is around mental health and addiction, and navigating the world with neurodivergence, and we have what we've termed wellness warriors, and we've deliberately chosen that because they're peers, right? They have some wisdom from their own lived experiences to share, and a lot of that wisdom is based in the vulnerability, right? The vulnerability of what they've been through, and learning from that and sharing that with others in community to make a change. We again have deliberately said to ourselves, we want to remain grassroots. We want to remain really connected to people that get it and are passionate and are using all of that good stuff to move things forward. So we speak a similar language. That's awesome with the word warrior. Okay, you touched on this, and this is actually something that we, again, took away from the training last week. We absolutely loved it. When we heard you say you want to take out the trauma and the cycles of violence, but you're not going to stop there. Sometimes it stops there. I've been doing this work for a long time, a lot longer than Two White Feather. And sometimes it stops there, and I know that's where I sometimes get frustrated in some of the work that I've done. But you said you want to take that and you actually want to replace it, right? And fill it up with the love, the hope, the healing, and connection, right? It's so important that we do that, filling it up, right? And see it full circle. So what are some ways that we can bring that love and that hope, the healing, connection into the space?
Yeah, I love that too. I love that we have so many similar thoughts and feelings in this space, and just really appreciating the conversation. It's one thing to do some of that healing work and to take some of that pain and that trauma out, but then it's just like in our bodies we hold like that trauma and that pain and that hurt in physical space. And so it's really important that if we're going to be doing that work, that we have to fill that spot back up with so much love and hope and connection and healing and all of those pieces. And so, Moose Hide Campaign Day is really one of the places that we invite people into, that is surrounded in ceremony and healing, that connection, that love, that stuff that we're wanting to put back into it, is that we host a ceremony, Moose Hide Campaign Day. This year it's May 16th. And it's open to anybody and everybody that wants to come and be part of that day with us. We ask people to fast for the day. So for my family, we come from a fasting family, and that's often where we go to get that love and that hope and that connection and all those pieces, is being out on the land, being in ceremony, and then being in ceremony with each other is such a powerful experience. It's such a healing experience for me when my family and I are in ceremony together. And so we thought that maybe this country could use some connection and healing, and that maybe if we come together in ceremony, that would help us to connect each other in a different way I think that maybe this country is lacking so much connection, and that helps if we're othering each other and there's no connections between us. Then it makes it easier for people to do violence on each other. And so if we're able to connect by our spirits and our hearts and in all those ways, that maybe it's realizing that the preciousness in each of us, and it will make it, harder to do violence on each other. And so we have a big ceremony. We fast for the day from sunup until sundown, just for one day, if that's possible for you. And then we have a big live stream day, so you can register on our website to get access to the live stream link and all of the incredible resources that we have on our website. And then we have a big live stream, so speakers and workshops, building tools about how to be in this space in a good way, learning how to have these kinds of conversations, learn about what's maybe coming up for you, and maybe sitting in a healing circle, or realizing maybe where you can do a little bit of growing or learning and all these pieces, and build a tool belt that we can have. And at the noon hour, folks go out for a walk. And then at the end of the day, we break our fast together with a fast breaking ceremony and a big feast. And so we thought, one of the things that the Moose Hide campaign could do is create a space for that connection and that love. When we say we're taking that pain out, putting love back in, that's our one way of contributing into that space.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh my goodness, thank you for that. So that actually leads into my next little thing. In addition to the radio station that will be aired on May 12th, this will probably be aired on May 12th, and we'll send you the after the live stream, we'll send you the link so that you can watch it too and whatnot. And then we do put it on our YouTube channel too, so we can give you that too. But we have organized a Change for Change bike rides. I do bike rides, and that's what the name of it is. Two White Feather bike rides, Red Road bike rides, Change for Change. So on May 16th, I'm going to be doing a fast and a bike ride, and wear and share challenge that we intend to turn onto the ongoing public service announcement. So I'll be doing a bike ride. I'll be doing like a speaker's corner type thing with the people that are with me, and when we get to the area that we're going to go to, maybe talk to some people about it, hand out the Moose Hide pins too and whatnot, right? But could you share what is planned for the day of action on May 16th, and how can people become more involved? I know you sort of answered that, but so like you were saying that people can register now where can people register? Is that online or by email? Like, how can people register for that day?
Yeah, it's a great question. So you can go, it's moosehidecampaign.ca.
Okay.
And you can just go onto the Moose Hide Campaign tab and click register. Okay. And so it's completely free, and it gets recorded, so you can go, if you don't have time to watch it on the day of, you can go back and watch it later on.
Okay.
And also our Moose Hide pins are all free. So we want it to be really easy and accessible for people. And because it's medicine, we want it to be, we made a forever promise to never charge for the Moose Hide pins. And so you can also order yourself some Moose Hide pins. It's an invitation to wear it every single day. It's one of those things that's like an everyday reminder of like how we want to be in the world and how we want to show up. It's a representation of like our commitment and that reminder. So we also have synthetic pins available. So for anyone that doesn't feel comfortable wearing a piece of animal hide, we have a synthetic version available as well. So lots of resources on our website, and a fasting guide for anyone that is interested in taking up the challenge of fasting for the day. Yeah. Just way more prep stuff and things to think about, and videos from knowledge keepers and all sorts of awesome stuff on there. So I encourage you to check it out.
Wow, you thought about everything. Everything, really? Yeah, that's amazing that you guys did that. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been on the website, and have participated, for a couple of years now. It's good to know that it's recorded. I took the day off anyways, but it's good to know that it's recorded for our listeners too, so you won't miss out. But again, for the listeners, I really encourage you to get on the website there. The resources are wonderful. It's incredibly accessible. Like Two White Feathers said, pretty much everything is covered that you need to know or want to know. I like the fact that the emphasis is on an ongoing commitment. We're recognizing it with a few events, not just leading up, but the actual day. But with that public service announcement, what we're really hoping to do is continue that ongoing conversation. We're on air 3 out of 4 Sundays in a month. So what we would really like to do is capture people's, statement, right? If they're going to take a pin, why are you taking a pin? Can you reflect? Just, even a couple moments, right? Just reflect on, your reason for doing this. And, we're hoping that that's going to encourage others to, at least have a better understanding of what's going on. And then maybe, as time goes on, they can take action in their communities as well. So, so if you're out there, when you see Two White Feather riding his bike on May the 16th, then I'll be behind him with the pins. Please come on up to our speaker's corner, so to speak. And So
to end this off, I wanted to show you our gratitude with the gift that we had created. It's a Changemaker spirit necklace made with a felted acorn that you can add essential oil to by Lisa Byers. Crystal's Red Willow Moose Hide pin as the outlet. We will send them to the mail to you both. So here they are. I'll show you. So that's the acorn that you can. Whoops.
Wow!
That's
awesome. Beautiful.
I'll take the blurring off for you so you can see a little better there.
So the acorn that you put essential, then we made a little body with the moose hide there as the, so that you can always wear it that way instead of as a pin. You could, and then there's crystals. So what I can do is I can try to see if I can name them all and then send them through it too, so that the crystal name, right? And it's adjustable too for you. And then also I'm going to be sending a tobacco tie for you guys too, for thanking you guys for coming on and explaining and loving the conversation. This was probably one of my best conversations I've had with our podcast, and it's only our 5th or 6th show, well 7th, sorry. But I really love this, and thank you. So
and just just so you know, this little
So that was the interview. So thank you. And our song for our next for the song is "Harm's Way" by Manto Wahai. If I'm saying that correctly, I'm not too sure, but here it is.
Baby, I was the better choice, but you fucked it up. It's crazy how you love someone like him. He hurt you so much. Baby, I was the better choice, but you fucked it up. It's crazy how you love someone like him. He hurt you so much. Brides don't go my way. Brides don't go my way. Brides don't go my way. Don't you let him hurt you.
Don't you let him hurt you. Don't you let him hurt you. You.
Brides don't go my way. Brides don't go my way. He hurt you so much.
So our next song is My Roots by Farrah Palmer. Hook ya.
They didn't cry when they were taken away. Put on a bus bound to break down the Indian way. All my native relations, this song is for you. To honor the children who went to residential school. I love my roots, I honor my roots. Hey, oh. 3 generations displaced and abused. 3 more generations it'll take to undo. I acknowledge the unsung heroes and the ones who never made it home. To the keepers of the culture who live to pass it on. I love my roots, I honor my roots. Hey, I love my elders. You're my roots, my family tree. I thank you for your courage, for the strength you've shown to me. Give back the pain, the guilt, and the shame. I am your granddaughter. I'm a culture keeper too. May the love of our nation heal your wounded souls. May all our relations make the journey home. I love my roots, I honor my roots way I
Hook yeah. So our next one is Wolves Don't Live by the Rules by Eclipsepa. If I'm saying that right. Elizabeth.
Wolves don't live by the rules. Wolves don't live by the rules. Wolves don't live by the rules.
don't live by the rules. Valleys to hills, you can hear the cry. They have to fight to stay alive. No one can change it. Mother Nature knows the reason why. Oh, wolves don't live by the rules. Oh, wolves don't live by the rules. They're born to kill and to be free. Their life is hard, which is meant to be. The cry of the wild is the only way they can see. Oh, wolves don't live by the rules. Oh, wolves don't live by the rules. Oh, wolves don't live by the rules. Oh, wolves don't live by the rules.
So our next song is Mother by Ukulele. yeah. So, I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there today. Happy Mother's Day from Two White Feather and Gentle Eagle. I wanted to say to our listeners, I hope that you guys have an amazing day today, and I hope that you guys get everything that you wanted. Maybe a dinner tonight, a spa night, or something. So yeah, Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thanks for that. So important, whether you're, a mother of a child, a mother of a fur baby, or just, someone who radiates that love always out in community to all our relations. So thanks for that too, White Feather. And I also wanted to just take a moment to again say Chi-miigwech to Raven and David for that reminder, that we can remove those wounds of trauma and fill it up with love and healing and connection and all that good stuff. And again, this is a way that we can honor our universal mother. Not just today on Mother's Day or on May 16th for that Moose Hide campaign, but always. So, so important.
Yeah, so thank you. So here's our next song. It's Grandmother's Ways by Sherry Birch. Hook yeah, so here it is. Grandmother's Ways by Sherry Birch.
Hey ya, ya, hey ya. Hey ya, ya, hey ya. Hey ya, ya, hey ya. Hey ya. Hey ya. Hey ya.
Oh, thank you. So today we're wrapping up the Mental Health Awareness Week with our last Facebook Live today. So we're going to be doing a post this evening, and it's going to be our last Facebook Live for Mental Health Awareness Week. We still have 7 grandfather bracelets and sweetgrass pins, kindness pins for sale. If you guys would like those for Mental Health Awareness Week, we still have a bunch of those. And then if you participate in our Eagle Visioning Submission, which it includes if you can about the gaps on mental health and what are the
needs in the mental health and justice system that First Nations folks, in particular, or other marginalized communities need, right, in order to have a more responsive system that doesn't bring harm. So those gaps and those needs, if you participate in that, then Two White Feather and I are doing a draw for what we're calling an emotion bucket that we created.
Yeah, so if you guys participate, we'll put you in that. So our next song is Love is Real by Fawn Wood. So here she is, Fawn Wood. Love is real.
Sometimes when I lay here, I think of how lucky I've been to have found a guy like you. Oh, how it's true. Love is real and it's meant for me and you. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, way, hey, ha. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. Hey, way, hey, ha. Hey, way, hey, ho. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh. Sometimes when I lay here, I think of how lucky I've been to have found a guy like you. Oh, how it's true. Love is real and it's meant for me and you. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, way, hey, ha. Hey, oh, way, oh, hey. Hey, way, hey, ha. Hey, way, hey, ho. Hey, oh, hey, 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 oh, hey. Hey, oh, hey, oh. Sometimes when I lay here, I think of how lucky I've been to have found a guy like you. Oh, how it's true. Love is real and it's meant for me and you. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, way, hey, ha. Hey, oh, way, oh, hey. Hey, way, hey, ha. Hey, way, hey, ho. Hey, oh, hey, 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 oh, hey. Hey, oh, hey, oh. Sometimes when I lay here, I think of how lucky I've been to have found a guy like you. Oh, how it's true. Love is real and it's meant for me and you. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Sometimes when I lay here, I think of how lucky I've been to have found a guy like you. Oh, how it's true. Love is real and it's meant for me and you. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Sometimes when I lay here, I think of how lucky I've been to have found a guy like you. Oh, how it's true. Love is real and it's meant for me and you. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh.
So that was Fawn Wood with Love Is Real. So let's put an end to toxic masculinity and have better relationships with our men as well. May 16th, it's coming up very fast, Moose Hide campaign. And Two White Feather and I are really encouraging others in community, whether it's individual boys or men or an organization, to share the medicine of the moose. So contact us for your Moose Hide pins. And what we are asking is that if you're going to take a pin, please make a commitment to wear that pin and share with us your reason for doing so that we can have an ongoing conversation. We want to turn your statement and the statements of others into a public service announcement for CKMS. So contact us for that.
Yeah, so I'm also on May 16th. I'm doing a fast and my bike ride for that. And then we're going to break with the feast together after that. So I'll do my bike ride closer to the evening so that we can break the fasting day with a feast that we'll have. And I think we're going to have maybe moose or something like that. We have some wild game that we can cook up. So it's going to be good and tasty. So, yeah.
Yeah, so reach out to us so that we know that you're going to be participating in the fast and or the bike ride, okay? And we'll share some details.
Yeah, thank you. So our last song today is Mother's Little Guy by Fawn Wood. So here it is. Hook ya.
Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, hey, we are, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Do you know I love you so, and mommy will never let you go to the stars and the sky. You'll always be mommy's little guy. Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh. Hey oh, hey, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey, hey oh, hey, hey we are, oh, hey, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh. Do you know I love you so, and mommy will never let you go to the stars and the sky. You'll always be mommy's little guy.